We're
But hello there, dear viewers. As you
that
can
actually
see,
ended up being a good week. Worse. I started mine and yours doesn't work.
no, mine's working. It's just
Course,
YouTube
'cause
wants to. YouTube remembers out of California. We know what's going on there, which we'll talk about when we get to that game. But hello there, dear viewers. It is the DOUG here on YouTube, and of course you have the only man who's in the NFL playoffs this year who's not on the couch. Everyone's favorite Packer fan, Travis.
We won't be there for long.
You could be right on that one. You may be. I already got the bag of Pringles and the scorpion peppers ready, but we are not alone here for the wild card this week. Of course, we have everyone's favorite banged-up 49er fan because, well, just like his team, he ended up breaking his penis, unfortunately, tripping down an escalator yesterday. It is Dave, who I think maybe got caught in the laundry room.
I think he's worried about his broken penis.
Yeah, and then of course we have the man who became a zombie over the weekend. He's no longer the Atlanta Falcon fan, Tasik. He is the T-Virus Tasik. Dave, I already introduced you. You have a broken penis, so like your 49ers injuries.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we were here for the wild card and all that. But we have to go over the standings for this season. And all that. So, give us the final standings for the season.
All right. We all, because he just told us he gave up halfway through the season. Tasik, you have the honors of being in the basement this year.
Awesome. I enjoy it.
Yeah, kind of cold.
Yeah.
Dave, you got 5th place. We had a change. Rosie ends up place. Corey is 3rd. Doug, we had a good battle. The Dolphins fucked you over.
Yeah. I want to, Chester. If I want to go to the zoo tomorrow if it was open and punch a dolphin, just because of it.
What? Wow.
And it is so wrong. I don't know what to say, but I got 1st.
Well, I can't go to Miami and do it. Most of those places would kick my ass. I could probably beat up the head coach. Well, yeah, that too. My foot would heal.
You might find a hooker.
Yeah, that too. That would be nice. But so that is the standings now. Of course, we have probably should talk about some of the firings that happened since Sunday and Monday. Probably the one that not shocked everybody, but kind of made everyone question what was even the point of hiring him this year, was the Patriots. They fired their head coach immediately after beating Buffalo. Didn't even wait till Monday. They were like, nope, you're fired. Goodbye. Now, the owner said it was his toughest decision he's ever made, which bullshit. That was firing Belichick. I'm going to say this. We know why the Patriots did this. They wanted the guy who was the former Titans head coach but couldn't get him. So they pretty much pulled the Houston Texans and hired one guy for 1 year. Unless he would have made the playoffs.
You talk about verbal, that guy.
Yeah, that's who everyone's predicting. Yeah. Because immediately after Mayo was fired as coach, everybody went to the Twitter, and the guy they want put his old picture of when he was in a Patriots jersey up. And rumor has it that this was the plan even before the Bills game. Win or lose, he was going to be fired. So not good there. Well, I don't know how everyone feels. You think the Patriots did the wrong thing by firing him after 1 year? Or
Antonio Pierce?
No, we'll get to the Raiders in a minute. We're talking about the Patriots.
Oh, you're talking about Jeremiah? Yes and no.
Okay.
I mean, you know, my prediction, what took so long for them to fire? Oh, we're still talking, right?
We're still talking about the Patriots, yeah.
I mean, they could have given him another chance. He was a rookie after all.
Okay, Coach, correct.
So they should have given a chance, you know?
Corey says Ben Johnson to the Raiders. Let's go. Weber is looking at the Raiders' job too, with the Tom Brady connection. We're actually going to be talking about a lot about the Raiders. So, the Raiders are not in the playoffs. We're going to be talking about the Raiders a little bit. But, Tyson, how do you feel about the Patriots doing what they did?
I think they should have gave him one more year to kind of prove himself.
Okay. I agree with that because Corey, you and me talked about it yesterday on Facebook. I'm a firm believer. If you're a new head coach for a team, you should get at least 3 to 4 years to see what happens. Because that first year, second year as well, it's kind of a rebuilding. You don't know what you have, or, you don't know what you're going to have at that time. And depending how the third or fourth year goes, then it's like, okay, we keep you or you fire you. Unless it's a weird season, like let's say Travis was coaching the Cardinals, does mediocre the first 3 years. The fourth year is supposed to be good. And then we get to week 1, quarterback gets injured, wide receivers get injured, running back gets injured. He's depleted of all his star players. I wouldn't fire a coach who's going through that because it's like, yeah, that's beyond his control when you lose half the damn roster. Yes, what Detroit's doing is great, but if we're honest, most of the time when the team is so injury prone, the team's going to suck. Usually. But I would have gave him at least another 2 years to see what happens. Speaking of the Raiders now, of course, this Patriot fine is weird because they got their QB already. That they do. Let's talk about the Raiders. They fired their head coach. Then it got leaked, or an email came out that Tom Brady will be in the helping with making the decision of who gets to be the next head coach. So we'll see how that goes there. Now, this is what me and Corey talked about here, was because the players and fans wanted it after doing so well as an interim. But I'm going to say this when I look at the Raiders, and I mean no disrespect. I'm not saying this as being an asshole. I love the rookie tight end. But I got to ask this question. With the quarterback room they had, what the fuck do you think he was going to do? Because I thought they had one of the worst quarterback rooms this year in the preseason. Does anyone disagree with that or agree? They had a bad quarterback room?
I agree.
I agree.
All right. It's weird. We're all agreeing. Why can't we don't do this that often. This is weird. But we'll see what the Raiders do. We have a feeling the Raiders will be drafting a quarterback, so we'll have to see what they do in the draft. We may not even know who their coach is until then. Now, also,
I think I know who they're going to get as head coach.
Who?
Deion Sanders.
Because that's been the rumor. Because if they get the quarterback from Colorado, everyone thinks that's where Deion will go.
Going to draft both his sons.
I don't know. I was reading they might. We're talking about the Raiders.
Yeah.
Raiders, it's the guy from the Kansas City Chiefs, the Spangolia dude, the defense dude, or whatever for the Chiefs. Him, talk about the Steve guy.
Yeah, didn't he have a chance at head coach before and he fucked it up somehow?
Yeah.
No.
I thought he did.
This is from Corey. A lot of rumors right now. The Raiders are trading with the Vikings with JJ. Because there's a lot of talk that the Vikings might trade their quarterback they drafted because Sam's doing so great. But
speaking of the Vikings, there's like 10 teams just trying to trade to get the head coach.
Because everyone's so amazed of how well he did. It is possible. You can trade with you can trade for head coaches, but it's rarely done. It's not done that often.
The problem with that is they have to trade draft picks, and then the team has to take on that contract.
Correct.
Oh, like when the Broncos traded for the Saints.
Yes.
For what's his name?
With
what's his name? The guy.
And Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll did it as well, so keep that in mind. Now, we're not. I know the Bears. Everyone wants my opinion, because Cowboys blocked Mike McCarthy from interviewing with them. I get why in the sense, because I think if we let him go, he would go there, and then Dallas would be getting a new head coach. I have a feeling we're going to be keeping Mike McCarthy, which
I don't.
If we get rid of him, I hope Jerry's got a plan B. And I got to say this to my boy Parsons. I like you, I respect you, but. And I know everyone's hating on him because Dallas is going to be in the Super Bowl next year. I will at least say this. I don't think he should have said that. But at the same time, What do you want him to say? You want him to say, "Oh, I'm going to be on a team that's going to go 0 and get no wins next year"? I don't get that logic. It's like he wants to stay with the team and he wants us to do well. That'd be like Joe Burrow would be like saying, "I want to leave Bengals because the defense fucking sucks." Okay? Yes, we know they suck, but you can't say that as the player because then no one's going to like you. So I have no problem with what Parsons said, but probably should have not have said it. That's all I'm going to say on that. But let's get to the job no one wants. Well, one of the two jobs no one wants. Jacksonville Jaguars fired their head coach. Peterson's been fired. I'm going to say this. Looks bad on Dallas head coach. The former DC leaves and takes Redskins to the playoffs, and Dallas ends up as. That's. Well, remember, I've been saying that all year. I felt like maybe the defensive coordinator lost. They don't want to win that game last year in the playoffs because I think he already knew he was going to get the job. But, again, that's me just speculating. I have no proof of that. But with the Jaguars, I'm going to say this. Would anyone want that fucking job?
Hell yeah, you're in Florida.
Have you seen the?
Well, you're in Florida, yeah, the good weather, but what else is good about it besides the weather?
Paycheck.
Yeah.
Okay, excluding paycheck and
there's
weather.
No taxes or income tax, so whatever.
Give me a reason. Give me a good reason, talent-wise, why you would want to coach the Jaguars right now.
AW.
When you gotta use the young bucks, there's a problem.
Under the coaching, Trevor Lawrence may be okay.
I know he got injured this year, but by the way, congratulations to Trevor Lawrence and his girl. They had a newborn baby. Honestly enough, the day after.
That's why he got hurt. He broke his penis.
No, she actually gave birth yesterday, I think yesterday or Monday. So congratulations to them. I do applaud that. You know, anytime you can bring joy, a new life into this world, should be appreciated. So congrats to that. But you know, I would not want the Jaguars job. If I had to choose, I would take the Jaguars job over this next team. The Jets. I'm gonna say this. Who the fuck wants this job?
Me?
Because I wouldn't want the Jets job. The owner uses Madden. Okay, I know I use Madden for our picks, but I don't own a fucking team. The Jets owner uses Madden for trades. He listened to Aaron Rodgers all this year. Yeah, that broke a few weeks ago that he actually listens to his sons, the Jets owner, and who to trade for based on Madden's overallness. They actually could have got a good player from Denver, who they turned down and went to Cleveland because the owner's like, yeah, his awareness is below 80. And he's only an overall 81 in Madden. I'm like, what? And that player in question for Cleveland, by the way, got 1,000 yards this year, so congrats to that.
Judy?
Yeah, I think it was.
Judy?
Yeah. So, Corey says Jack got first overall pick. No, it's Tennessee, I believe. Jack's offense has some talent. Brian Thomas Jr., Tank Bushty, etc. But yeah,
Tennessee's number 1, Cleveland 2,
and then Giants
3.
Yeah. So there's that. Going to be a dumpster fire. But we have to talk about one NFC team who's got a new head coach they're looking for because, well, the quarterback is a fucking moron. And that is the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, he sniffs fingernail polish.
Because thanks to Travis for telling me this, and I'm sure Tassik's just drinking tea. He's like, man, I love when Doug goes off because it's so fucking funny. The fucking quarterback said, and quote, because I had to look it up, that whoever was our next head coach, we will not only win the division, we will win the Super Bowl next year because we have the talent. We just didn't have a head coach. Bears fans, I know Cowboy fans are delusional, and I say that as a Cowboy fan, but Chicago, you were delusional this past season when you guys said you were going to win the Super Bowl because you got the quarterback you wanted. Look what happened. Nothing. You fired your coach in the middle of the season for the first time in your franchise's history.
Yep.
Which I didn't think that would ever happen. So, congratulations. Now,
you guys suck.
Exactly. Now, this is one of the main questions of the video. Of all the coaching jobs available right now, which one would you take, and which one would you pass on?
I'll take the Raiders.
All right. You would take the Raiders. Which one would you not take, Travis?
The Bears.
Bears. All right.
Just because of the division.
Division. Yep. Tasek, what about you? Which head coaching job would you take that's available? Which one would you not?
Your Jets would take.
You would take the Jets. Oh wow.
And the one that I would turn away is probably the Bears.
Bears. Oh, damn! No one wants to go to Chicago. Dave, what about you?
I'll take the Saints.
All right.
And not the Bears. Not the Bears.
Oh wow. Corey says he'll pass on the Jags and Jets, but he would take the Raiders. I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'd actually take the Raiders one as well. The only thing that would worry me is the division. But the one I'm passing on, I'm passing on the Jets. Sorry, your owner's a fucking retard. You know, I gotta say he's the worst owner in NFL at this point. Now this is the fun thing, the best and worst of this year. So first off, we're gonna start off with worst team in your eyes this year.
Worst team?
Worst team in your eyes this year. Now, you can now. I think everybody might know where I'm going. So with that being said, I'll go first. I'm picking the Jets, mostly because, one, almost every sports outlet had them winning the Super Bowl, making it to the Super Bowl because Aaron Rodgers was going to be back. They were hyping them up too bad. Your owner's a fucking idiot for using Madden to make your decisions. You fired your head coach, who, honestly enough, after doing some research for this video, yes, I did research, before firing him, you guys were in the top 5 to top 10 of every defensive category. After firing him and ending the season, you were near the bottom of the defense in every category. So we know it wasn't the defense's fault. You were pretty much doing whatever Aaron Rodgers said. Got the guy from the Raiders he wanted, and that still sucked. You gave him the offensive coordinator. That still sucked. So yeah, Jets to me personally were the worst NFL team, and I'm going to say this, they're going to be like that next year probably because the owner's a fucking retard.
And the Jets coach is coming back home. Come back home, Robert Saleh. We need you.
No, but all right. So with that, Tasek, who is your worst team of the year?
The Tennessee Titans.
Wow.
Okay, explain.
I don't know. I thought they'd be better, but they wasn't.
Okay, I can respect that. It's a reason. Corey's actually agreeing with me, the Jets' worst team. Wow. I need to go look outside to make sure they ain't an ice tornado, because me and Corey don't agree that often. Travis.
The New York Giants.
Wow. Man, we're just burying fucking New York today. Well, I'm going to take a guess, but I'm going to say it's because of the whole situation with the quarterback, more or less, is why you put him there.
Yep, and they still haven't fired their coach, and he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, they're keeping their head coach and GM, the Giants. So I'm sure that may. I think I just heard Rosie scream from Floyd. Yeah, I agree on that. No talent there as well. Dave, your worst team.
49ers.
I was gonna say that. No, I'm not biased. The fucking. Who was to say? Fuck.
Whoever you want.
Whoever you want,
No,
pretty much.
I had a team in my fucking head, but you lost. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Patriots. You suck ass.
Wow. I just realized, excluding Travis, everybody else stayed in the AFC. Dog said, damn, forgot you were streaming. So, yeah, okay. Next award, team with the brightest future. Now, this award is pretty much for a team that missed the playoffs or even had a losing record, but the future looks good for next season to have a winning season or be a playoff team.
Oh, that's easy.
So, with me, I'm sure everyone's typing, Doug's going to say Dallas. No, I'm not going to say Dallas, believe it or not. I'm actually going to put my money with the Bengals because they would have made it if their defense was not shit. So I think if they fix their defensive issues, the Bengals will be back next year in the playoffs. Travis, what about you? Team with the best future for next year?
I was going to pick the Bengals, but I don't want to pick the same team.
I got my team.
I'm going to go a surprising team. I'm going to go to Carolina Panthers.
Actually, you know what? That's not a surprise because here's the thing. Some fans are calling him the Grim Reapers of football now because Bryce Young's
played him and he came back. He looked fucking great.
He's played great. They got the Saints head coach fired. Yep, put a team around Young, and he can do well. So I'm going to say this because you know what? There's only one person here who's defended Young the most, and I'm going to let him go next for best team with the best future for next season. Tasik, you've been a big fan of Young. You thought he got a bad rap, but he turned it around near the end. So who do you have as the best team for the future next season?
Give me the Falcons.
Falcons, all right. Corey's got the Bengals, just need new defensive coordinator. Okay, dog, Broncos and Bills don't count. They're in the playoffs. I said a team that's not in the playoffs. Dave, what about you?
It might be surprising. It might be a surprise. You know, well, next year I see the Cowboys making the playoffs because if they didn't get injured this year, they would have made it. If that didn't get injured, they would have made it. They would have made They would have been from a wild card spot.
They were what? And 2-2, 4 and whatever when he got hurt.
And I'm a Cowboy
when Dak got hurt, well, what's funny is Michael Parsons, who got hurt, he was out a month. He comes back and still makes the Pro Bowl anyway because he ended up kind of getting a lot of sacks. So it's like, I get where Dave's coming from.
I see the Cowboys. They have a great future. They get a. I know. Right?
Rosie, we have your picks, but we're not there yet. Corey says Falcons defense improved and got cut out of the building. Broncos are good, and so are Bills. Yeah, but we're talking about teams who missed the playoffs this year, dog. Hey, Doc. I think Doc's still on his vacation, man.
Why I picked the Falcons.
Yeah, guys, Kirk Cousins will get paid. That's a guarantee.
The decision was to get rid of
Cousins.
Get rid of Kirk. Cousins
yep.
was the starting quarterback.
I agree. I think Penix Jr., if they can build around him, they'll be okay.
Up next, we're going back to the negative side for a little bit. Least valuable player for this year. We know who I'm voting for. There's only one name on my list. The guy I've been hating on all year long. The man that I have made so much fun of this year. And no, it's not Kirk Cousins. He actually gets a pass. You know, he got fired. And it's not Danny Jones because he got fired. No, it's another New York quarterback. You may have got your 500 touchdown pass. Congratulations, Aaron Rodgers. But to me personally, you were not only the worst quarterback in the league this year, you are the least valuable player because you had the Jets do everything you wanted. They did everything for you, and, well, as everyone said to Kurt Angle, you suck. You suck. I hope to God you retire, because if you come back, I already know your team, whoever you go to, is going to suck. So congratulations, Aaron Rodgers. Have the least valuable player award, because you fucking deserve it.
Damn.
Coy says, Brees Hall, New York Jets. That's two for the Jets already. Travis.
Caleb Williams and the Bears.
Well, that's not a surprise yet, because I could see that happening. Yep.
I mean, when you text your punter and say, "Hey, you're not going to be punting much this year," and your punter has more punt yards than you do throwing yards, there's a problem.
I agree. No one can say that. We haven't made any bad choices yet. Dave, what about you? Least valuable player?
Devontae Adams. You suck ass too. You will be a good ass player. You be a good ass player. You won for the Raiders. You lost to the Steelers. You went to the Jets in the first game. You lost to the Steelers. You probably this amazing wide receiver. You miss balls. The only time you got to catch the ball when it's too late. That whole Jets offense sucks ass. The whole Jets offense.
I can't believe okay, I'm gonna say this now. If Tasek picks the Jets, we have officially buried the city of New York on this channel. Tasek?
Well, I have to go with Kirk Cousins. Yeah.
I get why, because he got fired. I get it. And he did play bad near the end. I get it. All right. Next, a new award I made just for this season, because, well, we know who it's fucking going to. Worst owner of the league. We know who my vote is. New York Jets, come on down and get another award. This is the only thing you're good for this year. And why do I say it? Well, like it was leaked a few weeks ago, and it was true, because even the owner admitted it. He lets his two sons in the office decide who he trades for in drafts based on Madden overall rating. You can say Jay Jones is bad, or the Raiders organization, or, any or Jaguars owner. But none of them go, I'm going to listen to my 18-year-old son named Brick and listen to who he thinks is good based on Twitter and Madden. That's not good ownership. That'd be like me running an organization and basing on, okay, I want to sign all these players just because my fans like them and they're not on our team. No. Jets, you have the worst owner. Congratulations. Corey says Jay Jones for we're going all in. So I have a feeling this might be one people would vote for Dallas, but we'll see. Tacit, worst owner for this year.
Whatever you just said, that was using Madden as an overall.
2 for the Jets. Okay, I'm gonna take it.
You don't pay Saquon Barkley and then you let him go to a division rival and almost break the rushing record? Nah.
And fire Danny Dimes and then keeping the head coach in jail. Yeah, but what's funny is they actually played worse when he was gone, so that's funny.
Yeah, that's true.
Dave, what about you? Worst owner?
The Cleveland Browns. Rid of sexual predator dude.
Oh.
Why still paying him? Why still paying him? He not doing nothing. He's fake injury so he can get his happy endings.
Wow, damn. Yeah. We actually forgot about Cleveland, didn't we? Because how bad the Jets were this season.
Yeah, we did.
Damn. Well, hey, Cleveland, congratulations. The Jets are so bad, people forgot about you. That's a round of applause right there. All right, we got 2 more awards to get to, and then we get to the picks. So thank you for being with us this long. Next. This one I'm going to have to explain a bit. Team you hope you don't see on prime time next year. This is pretty much a team you got tired of seeing on prime time this year, and you hope to God they don't have as many games next year on prime time.
Oh, that's easy.
And since Dave already said mine, the Jets!
The Jets.
That's easy for me. Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah. Dave, what about you?
The Jets.
Oh God, 2 for the Jets. Tazik, who do you want to see less of on primetime next year?
The Chiefs.
Chiefs, yep. And Corey will probably put his in a little bit, but that gives us 2 of the last award we're handing out tonight, and that is MVP. Who is the most valuable player for this year?
Oh, that's easy.
I think we're going to have a lot of different answers on this one.
Yep. Corey said Broncos because of boring ass shut down Bo Nix.
Damn.
So that's all right. So we know who's up for it in the NFL. We know it's mostly between Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Barkley. I know some people have said they probably would vote for Jared Goff.
Not me.
Dave, you go first then.
Mine would be Jaden Daniels. He led the Redskins to a playoff spot.
Okay. He'll probably win Rookie of the Year. I think we can all agree on that, unless MVP.
Give me Bijan Robinson.
Okay. Haven't heard his name a lot, but he had a good year. I respect that. As far as for my vote, I it really came down to me to two things, between Lamar and Josh Allen. If one of them was gone, which team would actually suffer the most? Because to me, when I think MVP, it's because when he's there, the team plays better. When he's not there, the team ends up losing. And my vote for that reason, my MVP is Josh Allen, simply because of this. Lamar Jackson kind of benefited this year from having Derrick Henry in the lineup. And if you look at Josh Allen's offense, he's not playing with the same offensive stars he had the year prior. He's pretty much carrying the team on his own. And remember, he did beat the Lions and Kansas City, something Lamar did not do. So that alone puts me in that gives it to him there. So we'll have to see what happens on that. Corey says Josh Allen, football Jesus. And he says Brock Bowers, Rookie of the Year, broke 63-year-old rookie records. Ravens have 8 Pro Bowlers, including Lamar. Bills have 2 Pro Bowlers, including Allen. And that's why we like Corey, because Corey's got is very smart in information. So,
yes, he is.
With that being said, it's time for the wild card picks, and we're going to go these in the order they are being played. But before that, we do have to talk about the one game on Monday, which is the Vikings and Rams. As of right now, because of what's happening there, that game may be getting moved to Phoenix. We'll probably find out this weekend if that happens or not. I'm going to say it's going to, just because I'll be honest, I saw a picture of the flames that's going on there, and I'm not going to lie or anything. I thought somebody was playing Twisted Metal. That's not me being funny or anything. That was my first response. I'm like, oh, somebody's playing Twisted Metal. So yeah, it's bad there. So prayers and everybody there. Be safe. If you don't have power, talk to a neighbor who does or something, or family members there. Go stay there where they have power, so you're out of the way. And be very careful if you have any lung issues as well. Okay. So let's get to the picks. The first game is the Chargers and the Texans. This game is around at 4 o'clock on Saturday. Texans might just be the worst home team in the playoffs because they kind of snuck in. Yes, they were good last year, but it kind of looks like they had a sophomore slump. They're not going to have Diggs. I know he started injured. Stroud's going to have to carry a lot of the team. As far as for the Chargers, hey, you're playing with house money because no one expected you to be here this quickly, even with the new head coach. You're playing well. You got a good defense with the Chargers. The only cue is, can that offense hold up? But out of all the games, I think this is the best chance the away team has to win. So give me the Chargers on the road to win.
I have the Chargers.
2 for the Chargers. Travis, you and Rosie.
Rosie has the Texans, and I have the Chargers.
All right, Corey's got the Chargers. Texas have looked bad. Tassic.
I'm going to have to go with the Chargers.
All right, so in better words, if Texans win this, Rosie will be the only one fucking happy. Fuck.
Me?
Oh. Up next, while I get it set up here, it would be, and this one, by the way, is on Amazon Prime, so if you don't have Amazon Prime or NFL thing, you're going to have to find other means. I will probably show the radio station that I'll be listening it to on YouTube if anybody needs it. It is the Steelers going against the Ravens. This game is in Baltimore. The weather will play a key factor there. Ravens won their division. Steelers have looked like shit the last few weeks. They've actually gone on a 4-game losing streak, have not got above 20 points, and Russell Wilson's kind of played bad in all 4 of those games. That's why I kind of put on Facebook, sure they put Justin Fields in. A lot of people said sure, except for one.
Me.
You, which I'll get you. I'll ask you that when we get to your pick. Corey says Ravens. Steelers look like trash. Rosie commented saying Ravens, baby. I'm taking the Ravens as well. Lamar Jackson, Henry, that home, good defense, good offense. Steelers have looked like trash these last 4 weeks. Very shocking because all they had to do was win one of those 2 games, one of those 4, maybe even 2. The game would be in Pittsburgh, but they blew it. Give me Baltimore at home. Dave?
The Ravens.
Tassic?
Give me the Ravens.
Oh boy. I think we might have a clean sweep unless Travis shocks us. But okay, but first, Travis, why would you say not to start Justin Fields?
He has no playoff experience.
Okay, I can understand that. But you don't think it might? But you think they can still win with Russell Wilson though, because they haven't had a spark with him the last 4 weeks.
No. I've rode with your mama Ravens the whole time. I'm riding with them till they lose in the playoffs.
All right. And that's what Rosie said. Make Mama Barrett proud. So everyone's agreed with Baltimore. If Ravens lose, we apologize.
So who does Ravens play if they win? They play the Bills and
They'll
the
play
Bills, right?
They'll play the Bills after the Bills win. Yeah.
Speaking of the Bills, that's the next game we have. It is in Buffalo. Broncos kind of got in because they had an easy opponent this past week, playing the Kansas City third stringers. Buffalo already had the number 2 pick locked up, so they kind of listed a lot of their starters this past week. The game was in Buffalo. Why Denver has nothing to lose in this situation, and they do have, from what I found out, the number 1 ranked defense, and they do get a lot of sacks. The problem is,
And there'll be no one there.
Bo Nix is a rookie. You don't expect him to go into a hostile situation in Buffalo to win the game. Josh Allen wants to show why he should be MVP, why he has beat the Chiefs, he has beat Detroit, so he's beaten 2 Super Bowl favorites. Give me the Bills at home to win and move on. Rosie's got the Bills on that one, so Rosie's commenting yay. Travis.
Bills.
Bills. Dave.
Bills.
Tasik.
Again.
Broncos at Denver. I mean, Broncos at Buffalo.
Give me the Bills.
Bills, all right. And Corey's got the Bills. Broncos and Bo Nix is an absolute joke. Would have been on a 3-game losing streak if KC didn't play their JV team. Ouch.
He's got a point.
He's got a point. Even we said it last week that Denver was going to win because Kansas City was playing nobody.
Yep.
Oh, which reminds me. Bingo fans, shut the fuck up. All the Bingo fans are saying, oh, the NFL needs to investigate the Chiefs. They purposely lost that game so we wouldn't be in the playoffs. Shut up.
Y'all should have not been in that position where you needed the Broncos to lose.
If your defense was better, Cincinnati. Can't even get to the postseason. We have stupid shit said. Okay, up next it is Travis's Packers. A rematch from earlier in the season where they take on the Eagles. Now, Hurts is still in concussion protocol, but he's still probably going to play. Packers, I know, are kind of wanting a revenge game, but the Packers have some issues going into here, particularly after what happened against Chicago. I was dumb shocked with how that happened.
Nah, after the love got hurt, they said fuck it.
Yeah. Rosie's got the Eagles. Travis, do you want to try to convince anybody to pick your Packers before they make their picks?
Nope.
All right. So, are you taking the Packers?
I'm still confident.
Oh, wow. Are you still
I'm
taking?
still picking them, but that's the only game I'm losing for. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Corey says Eagles and what I think will be the best game.
I mean, we.
The Packers.
Wow.
Packers. Oh, wow. Tasik?
Give me the Packers.
Packers.
Wow.
Wow. I'm going with Philly here, and it's mostly because of Barkley. I think if you can stop him, you'll be able to win the game, but... And I mean, I know everyone's worried that Hurts might not play, but even if he doesn't, the backup did play good in the 2 games he did, so...
It says Packer quarterback Jordan Love limit practice, so even practicing.
I think they're doing that to play mind games like the Eagles are with Hurts.
Yeah, we'll probably know the whole starting lineup for these guys probably tomorrow, Friday, most likely.
Yeah, probably.
But then we get to the Sunday night game, which is kind of a rematch of a playoff game many years ago that, if anybody remembers, the Redskins almost won against Tom Brady and the Bucs. But this is a different Bucs team with Baker Mayfield, who I know a lot of people haven't talked about him for MVP, but Baker Mayfield's played good this year. I know he doesn't have Godwin, but he's got Mike Evans back, which, by the way, congratulations to Mike Evans on that tying the record. And he got a lot of money for it as well, so congrats. Skins, you know, doing a lot of amazing things, you know, new first-year coach for them. I know he coached in the past with Atlanta, but no one expected him to be this good. With the rookie quarterback, they've been playing good. Kind of house money for them because no one is expecting them to make a deep run. But we'll have to see what happens there. You know, it is in Tampa, so the cold weather won't be an issue. The big issue with this game, for me personally, was two things. Bucs defense is questionable, but the offense makes up for it. But what also, the Bucs head coach is not exactly known for having the best time management. You could actually make the case the Bucs may have the worst coach in the playoffs. But it is in Tampa. Baker Mayfield's played well. They got a good running game. And that Skins defense has been kind of bad as well. Not as bad as Tampa's, but bad. So I think if Mike Evans can get a lot of openness, Tampa can do some damage. Rosie's got the Bucs. Corey's got Washington. So right now we're 1-1, and I am taking the Tampa Bay Bucs to win at home. Travis.
Give me the Bucs.
All right, another one for the Bucs. Tasik.
The Skins.
Skins, all right. And Dave.
The Buccaneers.
Buccaneers, all right. So, as of right now, if I'm looking at it, right now the two most decisive games have actually been the Eagles, Packers, and Bucs, Redskins. So, that could decide who gets in the lead for this week. And now we get to the last game.
My picks don't count.
Well, I know your picks don't count because you said if you get first, you just give it to whoever second. You did say that. So that gives us to the last game of the playoffs, which is on ESPN. It will be Minnesota Vikings taking on the Rams of LA, but like I said, this game could take place in Phoenix due to the situations in California. Rams kind of a weird team, you know. A lot of people wrote them off when the season started because, you know, Stafford was old, still a young defense, kind of a young offense. You know, everyone thought, it was going to be the Niners and Seahawks divisions to lose. But Rams benefited from the Niners having a lot of injuries, and Seahawks kind of got eliminated because of a tiebreaker. And Rams do have a good defense, but Vikings probably have the best wide receiver in the game. You know, Sam Darnold, excluding this past week, has played very well. Will probably be your comeback player of the year. And while I think the Rams are probably the more dangerous team, but I think Minnesota has the better weapons. And what the coach is doing is amazing. You know, there's a reason why a lot of people think he might be head coach of the year. Granted, it probably should be the Lions head coach, but I don't think anyone would argue if it's the Lions or the Vikings head coach who wins it. On that. Corey's got Minnesota, but in a super close, almost upset win by the Rams. So I kind of agree with Corey's thinking on that. Rosie's got the Rams as well. Before we get to everyone else's pick, I'm just going to ask this question. Do we think this is going to come down to kicking? Because both teams are kind of should not be here technically.
No.
Okay. Figured I would at least ask, because I think this would be, excluding Eagles Packers, this would be the other close game we have. Give me the Vikings. I just like what they're doing a little bit better, but I would say if the Rams win this, I wouldn't be shocked either. This was my hardest pick, to be honest. This one took me pretty much the whole day today to figure out who I was picking. Tasik, you got the Vikings or the Rams?
Give me the Vikings.
Vikings, all right. Dave?
The Vikings.
Vikings, wow. So right now, Rosie's on her own with the Rams, unless Travis does something crazy.
I'm doing something crazy. Give me the Rams and an upset.
All right, so there we go there. Those are the picks for this week, guys. Now, of course, we will be back next week for the next round when we'll see the Lions and the Chiefs make their return. Maybe by then we'll have more information on who's been fired or who's been hired as head coaches as well. As far as for that, if your teams are in the playoffs, good luck. If your team is on the couch, come join us. I have beer and I have pizza. Don't forget, though, we do have 2 college
I'll be there
games.
next week.
You might be here next week if you are, that's fine. But we do have 2 college playoff games. Of course, we got Notre Dame and Penn State, and then we got Texas and Ohio State. Should be interesting to see who gets to the finals there. By the way, as far as I got to say this, and this goes to, unfortunately, I had to say there is one dumb football team from this past week, and it's not an NFL team. It's a college team, and I think if you live in Virginia, you know who I'm going after here.
Nope,
No,
idea.
it's not Virginia Tech. It's Liberty. You got blown out by Buffalo University. I tried to watch that game. That game was so bad, I actually thought, I was like, wait a minute. Is this Dave playing college football? Oh, no, it's just Liberty being utterly stupid.
Oh, damn.
Well, I would have said
Whoa.
Tasic, but Tasic actually went up the school going pretty well. But yeah, Liberty played bad. That was like the worst college game I watched. But it was nice seeing Flavor Flav dump mayonnaise on the Minnesota head coach. By the way, I know a little bit of heartbreak in college basketball, so we have to bow our heads. Tennessee got their first loss.
It wasn't that bad because it was against another ranked team that honestly
Correct.
should be like number 3 or 4 in the nation.
That
Shit,
I agree
my
with.
college basketball team doing good, so.
My
I'm honestly
next.
like I'm not upset about it.
So there's a little bit of news on that. Now, before we go, I will text everyone Tuesday when we're doing the next show. Also, I'm doing something I usually don't do in March. Usually I do March Madness, but I don't say who I'm picking.
Oh.
But for this year's March, because I hate myself, I will be making every pick for every game and every round. So even if I'm wrong, you will see a new video
Nice.
going up of who I have for that day's games. Oh, the
That's
next
gonna be a
day's games.
long March.
So
Yes, it is.
you guys will have to see my ugly face a lot in March.
My team versus your team this week, basketball and college basketball.
Notre Dame's gonna whoop your ass.
You know what you should do?
Yeah, okay. I'm a Duke fan.
Fuck Duke.
We're number 4 in the.
What should I do, Tasic?
I was going to say you should come to us all individually and we can just have a little fun, like free-for-all on the brackets.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I think we should do a March Madness ESPN bracket together.
Yeah.
I'll be down
I
with
do
that.
one every year.
Someone set me a thing for that, and I would gladly do it this year. Also, I'm mentioning it now because the last 2 years I've taken off from this due to what happened with, last year we're not being able to do it because, moving and everything, and this year, was more concentrated on doing picks and getting the channel up. But this year, I am coming back. As long as Travis will have me in his group, I'm coming back for fantasy football.
Absolutely.
So I will be
'Cause we
back
had,
on that.
2 people. Dave kind of forgot about it for a while, but at least 2 people cared for like 2 weeks and stopped.
Yeah, I
So
will
absolutely.
be back for that next week. I will do a
I'll
video
do
of who
it
I
too.
pick. And I will also next season as well be doing what I've been doing this year. But I will not be able to use the Titans because I've used them this year. But no Titans video this week because, well, it's Wildcard and Titans didn't play in the Wildcard. Next time you see the Titans on the channel, they will be playing the Houston Texans again. But while I got everyone here, because Ray's already knows this. His team did not make the playoffs in my fantasy. They kind of got missed out because of tiebreakers. But Dave's Niners made it. Tasic's Falcons made it. Travis's Packers made it. I'm doing this just because I love you all. I'm sure somebody's like, Doug's only doing this because they probably all lost. So, here's what happened in the wild card. The Ravens beat the Jets 38-28. Texans beat the Raiders 31-28. And the Bills beat the Steelers 24-20. In the NFC, Lions beat the Packers 24-21.
Fuck that.
Rams beat the 49ers 24-20.
Fuck that.
And the Redskins beat the Falcons 48-20.
Doug rigged it so none of us were in it.
No. Because if that was the case, I would have made sure I would have got to face the Raiders and knock them out. But yeah, I don't know how that happened because I don't know how the Lions and that'll happen. I'm worried because, I play the Texans and then either I face Ravens or Buffalo. And then in the NFC, it's Dallas against Detroit. And then Washington against the Rams. What's going to happen, because it happens every time Dallas makes the playoffs when I do this. Dallas will make the Super Bowl, then I got to beat the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl every fucking time I'm an AFC team.